This is Duke Jonitz with the Beacon. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm really excited today. We've got Brian Sullivan with us this morning, who is the Director of Development for Providence Place here in San Antonio, an amazing nonprofit. And we have Mark and Veronica Lugo, who head up Mark Lugo Ministries. You know, our heart at the Beacon is really to use the platform, use the publication in a very intentional way in order to connect additional resources to faith-based nonprofit efforts here in the city. So often when I'm speaking to businesses or nonprofits, the question always comes up, so what happened as a result, right? Well, these two ministries have some amazing testimonies to share today. So I wanted to ask just a couple of quick questions. So maybe just share with our audience a little bit how you felt about the Beacon and the process of working through to get to the finished product.
Well, Duke, it couldn't have been easier. I actually travel a lot, and so when we first started doing this, I was in Dallas. So a lot of what we had to do was by telephone, but from start to finish, I have to say, incredible. I didn't feel like I had to really do much. All I did was, give you our CEO, tell you a couple of things about the organization. The next thing I knew, the story had started. So, and what was nice for us also is not having to worry about finding a sponsor. So that was kind of, it was really a godsend.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
And the finished product was, amazing.
Mark and Veronica, how about you guys? Just the process up at the very beginning.
I have to piggyback off of what Brian said, is that it was a very easy process, because, you did all the work. So
That's right.
You shared our story and you provided a writer for us that, I'm not a writer, so I'm glad people are gifted in that area, and they just did an excellent job with writing the story on our ministry. And, very easy process, to be able to connect with y'all and to be able to connect with the platform that y'all have. You have an incredibly large platform and just a great exposure all the way around.
And so I think by sharing your testimonies, we're really giving the glory back to who it belongs.
That is
Right?
correct.
And it's not the Beacon.
Mhm.
It's the Holy Spirit. Right?
That is correct.
So Brian, as a result of, I think several weeks went by or something, just
Right.
share with our audience what happened.
We've got a donor base that's very large, over 6,000 donors, and then churches, of course. And so our article came out in December. So it's always kind of hard for us to gauge at the end of the year how that's going to be. And so January is typically a lull. But we started noticing towards the end of December and then the first part of January an increase in donations where I can't tell you a percentage really. We're still trying to factor it in, but in aggregate, like it was thousands of dollars more than what we had ever expected. And so we don't know at this point. We're still trying to cull information from our system as to whether it was from zip codes that the Beacon uses or new donors from this area. But exponentially, we couldn't believe the outcome from it. So it was pretty extraordinary.
So rough estimate, what do you think we might end up with a total?
Rough estimate, and it's very hard to say, but I'm going to say anywhere between $15,000, maybe even $20,000.
It is about donations, but it's also about increases in volunteers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Partnerships that can be formed with other nonprofits and churches.
Right.
And so Mark and Veronica, what happened as a result? I think you guys were in October.
Yes, the October issue, and we got we received a phone call, and it was another nonprofit organization that it's called Stillwaters, and they said, hey, we saw you on the Beacon, and we wanted to just chat with you for a little bit, and out of the outcome of that is they're about their Christian camp and summer camp especially, and they have camps throughout the year. And they extended to us an opportunity to receive thousands of dollars to send kids to camp. You see, one of the big parts of what we do is we reach out to children and children in the community. So we evangelize in communities as well as we take kids to camp. And so we spend a lot of time raising funds to go to camp. So the fact that the Beacon connected us with scholarship opportunities, through the God connection and through him using individuals and organizations like Duke and you and Claude at the Beacon, it connected us to that wonderful resource there. Anywhere from $200 to $400 to send a kid to camp, and we're probably able to send about 40 kids to camp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, and at the end of the day, right, it's all about changing lives.
Yeah.
We feel so privileged and honored to be able to put a pen to paper on all God's doing in San Antonio. So if you head up a nonprofit, kingdom business, a Christian school, or a church, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at the email that's up on your screen now, info@sabeacon.com, and we're here for you. Let us know how we can help.